Hey, I'm your host, BKP. We're coming to you from the beautiful downtown Blue Ridge. Wind is blowing the clouds through at about 10 mile an hour. I have Tupelo tea over here. Carla's pick at 10 o'clock. Whatever she decides, I go with it. It's always great. Tupelo tea, Broken Bull, New Blue Home and Gift. The noise you hear in the background happens to be construction, means people working. If it catches you off your guard, I am your host tonight, Johnny Carson, and here I'm joined by Ed McMahon. How are you, Ed?
We need hot tea this morning.
Oh, come on.
No, we're good.
Come on.
No, we're good.
You know, people are, I know you didn't do that. People are watching. You need to bring it up a little bit. Come on, don't do that. Anyhow, I'm your host, BKP. I'm glad to have Rick Glickard with us this morning. Rick.
Happy Friday.
We're right on the heels of the Al Smith dinner, so I must warn you, if I just feel the joke is coming, I'm
going to get roasted, huh?
Don't throw it in. You do the same.
Yeah. Okay.
Did you see, Rick, did you see Hillary with her partial Catholic acceptance last night?
I gotta be honest now.
Oh, no.
Here we go.
Ready?
This is my honest segment. I had a little bit of a tough time taking my focus away from Maria in that back row. I'm sorry, all right? I'm sorry. It was the white gloves. The white gloves. It was a nice...
Oh, I know who's going to be drunk around the ear this afternoon.
It was a nice touch, I thought, with the long gloves.
You really want to keep going there?
I think I'm done.
Yeah, I do too. I think you're finished already.
Say goodnight, Johnny.
All right, Ed. All right. I know you didn't do that. Anyhow, 20 extra points if you could pronounce her last name.
Bartoloroma.
Hang on, 20 extra points. He just points. Say the secret word, win $100.
Maria Bartoloroma.
Headline. I don't know if you're able to hear. And the reason I said this is, and I started out this morning, I said jokingly, but if you're really out there, you would think it was November 9th. The talk is, what will Trump do after the election? The one of the headlines this morning, and I'll find it here. I think it's in New York Times or Washington Post. Obviously, we got to have the Washington Post here. GOP braces for Trump defeat, rushes to protect down ballot seats. That's your headline this morning on the Washington Post. MSNBC this morning, Trump booed after ripping into Hillary at Al Smith dinner. Now, we come off a week where they want to lead us to believe that Trump has destroyed democracy. He has shaken the pillars of our foundation.
Can you believe that stuff?
Not the FBI and Hillary. That didn't shake the pillars of our foundation.
I got to give you, stop right there. I know where you're going with this.
All right, go ahead. Take over.
I know where you're going with this.
Sit back and spark up.
Sit back and relax, because we're going on a ride here, brother. No, I'm just teasing.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
Now, the democracy thing, because he didn't accept fully, I got to give you credit, and I do that every once in a while. Yesterday, in the morning, you kicked off after the debate with what your theory was behind that. And the theory, according to BKP, was that he had to do that. He had to come out and say that, because if he didn't, if he would have said, I'm going to be all in for whatever the results are, that's the concession speech right there. They already had their headlines set. The T-shirts were already printed. The hats were already being made. This is where the compliment comes in. I'm a big Rush fan, I got to tell you. And Rush, in his monologue yesterday, it was like, wait a minute, I just heard this at 8 o'clock. It was pretty cool. I got to give you props, brother. You did a good job.
Well, thank you.
I don't know if he's getting his material from you, or if you're hacking into the Golden Mic the night before and figuring out what the show prep is.
BKP leaks. Really? Well, I want to thank you for that.
Well, it's true. I mean, it was right there. It was right on the mark. It was like, holy cow, verbatim.
Well, the question is, and here's what I have said at every debate: what will be the setup to kill? They keep saying Trump can't stay on message. But if you look at the 3 debates, they have made sure the media, and this includes Fox, because Chris Wallace asked the question, right? Who asked the question?
Yeah.
So they have made sure at every debate that something took the lead after the debate to kill what's important to talk about. They've done that every time.
Absolutely.
This one was, to me, set up. If Trump would have said, and if he would have said, I accept that, as I said yesterday on the show, they were praying because that would have been considered his concession speech,
right.
Period. And that's what they wanted, and he did not concede the race in that debate. And they thought, well, this is a perfect opportunity for you to say, hey, thank you, American people, for coming out to the rallies. Thank you for showing up. Thank you for buying the T-shirts and hats. But I will nicely walk away and I see the polls and I don't stand a chance. Let me pivot.
Can I follow up? I get a follow up?
No, keep going. Keep going.
I mean, just to come full circle, you watch his first rally after the debate where he made the major announcement, which I thought was brilliant. And I will fully accept the results of the election. Tepid response, comma, only if I'm elected. And the place went nuts. Those are
Tell people where he was. Where was he? Ohio.
Ohio.
Right?
Yeah, he was in Delaware, Ohio,
right.
Just a little bit north of Columbus.
But
northeast of Columbus.
He wasn't in red Alabama.
That's right.
He wasn't in red Texas. He wasn't in red Mississippi, where the media could come out and say, well, what would you expect? He was in Ohio.
He was in red meat country.
Well,
let me tell you.
You know what I mean.
I know exactly what you mean.
Okay. I started this morning, and my thought this morning, and I told people, you don't have the weekend off, you have 2 weeks. You have 2 weeks, you don't have the weekend off. When they voted Donald Trump as their nominee, they voted to take the hill. They didn't vote to go halfway. The American people have decided they want to take the hill. They did not choose a candidate to sustain the territory we have. So
right.
if you're in a battle and you've taken a territory, you could put somebody in charge to sustain what you have, maintain it, but we didn't do that.
In other words,
we put somebody in to take the hill.
If they would have put one of the other candidates in, that would have been a candidate probably we got to throw in the towel on the presidency, but we'll be okay on the downvote.
We're gonna maintain. We're going to keep the House. We're going to keep the Senate. We're going to tweak back several executive orders. We're going to come out and we're going to have photo ops of the new president signing, getting rid of some ugly executive orders. We're going to come out and make some changes in the EPA that are going to be announced as astounding, great changes in the EPA that stops regulation, but really doesn't, but has all the front page effect of looking like we've done something. We're going to cut deficit spending. I love cutting deficit spending because that means there's still a deficit.
Yeah.
But they say cut in the first word, deficit spending. There's still deficit. So they're gonna trot out charts. And what I'm saying is that's what the Bill Kristol of the world wanted. That's what some of these people wanted to maintain. But the American people have decided to take the battle on and take the hill. Capitol Hill. No pun intended. That was pretty good. I gotta remember that one.
You know what? That's good. You bring up Bill Kristol.
Yeah.
He falls in that same category as Where's Lonnie? Where's Bill Kristol? You don't hear anything about that guy anymore. Well, he's not even on Fox anymore.
Well, Real Clear Politics, the polling Friday morning. General election polls, Real Clear Politics. Trump versus Clinton, Johnson versus versus Clinton, Johnson. It's a four-way race. IBD-TIPP tracking poll. Trump is up 1 point.
I got that right here. I brought that. Sorry about the banging
Now,
on the table.
What do we know of this poll? Go for it. What is?
I didn't know anything about the poll, and here's where I came about it. I thought to myself when I was listening to you the other morning, and I'm listening to Rush's monologue yesterday. Rush brought it up yesterday, and he said, "Folks, if you want the most accurate poll that there is, going all the way back, the one that's been right on the money each time, it predicted that Obama would be 3.8 points a winner. It went all the way back, and that's the Investors Business Daily
Right.
tracking poll.
Now they
It-
have
it got Trump up.
the Investors Business Daily, but that's the four-way race. But
a four-way
all
race.
four candidates are on the ballot, so the four-way race is important because all four candidates, Johnson and Stein, are on the ballot. But
One thing
if
they
it-
acknowledge is that those two, the other two candidates, the minority candidates, if you will, they're still taking away voters from Hillary.
Right, because the next Investor Business Daily tracking poll, this is today, this is as of Friday, this morning, if it was just Trump and Clinton on the ballot, okay, Clinton has a 2-point advantage, meaning there's 4 names on the ballot when you go to look: Gary Johnson, Stein, the Green Party, the Libertarian Party. I think the Green Party's on all the ballots,
Yeah,
all 50
I think
states.
so.
The Libertarian ballot, the Republican and Democrat, meaning they are pulling Hillary voters. And I'll tell you who they're pulling, Rick. They're pulling the Hillary voters. They're pulling the Bernie Sanders voters that can't bring themselves to say they'll vote for Trump.
Exactly.
But every Bernie Sanders voter out there is not a college kid just looking for free college. There's a lot of people that were at those rallies. I mean, he set records at some rallies, and he won some states. And although he doesn't stand up at the podium and say it, his supporters, they were hardcore, and they know she's crooked.
That's exactly what the poll says. When they compare the solid supporters, I believe he's at 68%, and she's at like 50-some%.
General election, Trump versus Clinton. LA Times USC tracking poll, they won't talk about this one. Trump is up 1 this morning. Georgia, this is Georgia, Trump versus Clinton. The Atlanta Journal-Constitution, Trump is up 2. Now, first of all, consider the source, Atlanta Journal-Constitution. So if Trump is up 2,
That
he's
means it's
probably
up 8.
Yeah, he's up 8. But now, if that's the case, why, if you're out there, you would think it was November 9th and Trump has lost, and what will have you seen one media outlet do any expose on post-Clinton life if she loses?
No.
No. Not one.
They don't want people to go to the polls.
Right.
It's very simple.
That's in black and white. So how can you sit there and do post-Trump? How can you write in the New York Times, it's over, GOP braces for losses? Why?
Well,
Why
look
are you
at
bracing?
look at the source of all the media. I mean, there's 6 major companies that own all of the media, that control all of the media. Look it up. I mean, there's 6 of them that control it.
Did you watch Al Smith dinner?
I did.
I know you
told you.
did. I won't go down that road again.
Got the white
Don't
sleeve-
do
got
it.
the white gloves.
We told you you were finished. We're going to take a brief break. I'm your host, BKP. Good morning from beautiful downtown Blue Ridge. Tupelo T, New Blue Home and Gift, Broken Bull, Rick, got him there. Remax over here. Mr. Nicholson over there. Go over there and check out Mr. Nicholson. And we've got the vault right over there. You can grab a cup of coffee, fresh donuts. They make them right there. Did you see it at the vault? They make donuts. Oh, yeah. They're making them. You can watch them make the donuts at the vault. Fresh coffee over there. Blue Ridge. I love it. You got to love it. We'll be right back. FYN TV. Tell your friends.
Pizza Hut makes great pizza, but they can't tell you what a gift it is. I can. They took a grilled cheese and combined it with stuffed crust pizza. To think, I almost wasn't here to try it.
How did
It's
you?
not important, Jen. What's important is that I watched the sunrise this morning. Then I got to stand in a room filled with this pizza. And later I'll stare at the ocean. Or maybe I'll learn Russian. Or listen to jazz. Or try my hand at needlework. Or open a door for a beautiful woman. Or read a human interest story or make dessert wine. Or ride a wild horse. Or experiment with watercolors. Eat every slice like it's your last. Especially you, Doug. Especially Doug, right? You care about Doug. The grilled cheese stuffed crust pizza. Proof that no one outpieces the Hut.
Pizza Hut makes the best pizza in the entire universe, but they won't tell you that. I've been marooned on this planet for a while now. You are an impressive race. Your children know excellent hiding places. Your oceans aren't filled with lava. And you figured out how to combine a grilled cheese sandwich with a Pizza Hut pizza. Surely interstellar travel will soon follow. And then I can finally get back home. Round. Round like home. The grilled cheese stuffed crust pizza. Proof that no one outpizzas the Hut.
I'm Sheriff Dane Kirby, and I'll stand up for you.
I'm Stacy Nicholson, Sheriff of Gilmer County, and I will stand up for you.
Stand up and speak out. No matter how rich, cool, talented you believe yourself to be, how you treat people ultimately tells all. I am Allison Sosby, District Attorney, and I'll stand up for you.
Better days ahead. This is the big one. The 20% off MSRP model year-end clearance at Days Chevrolet in Jasper. With huge savings over $3,600 off the redesigned Malibu. Now just $20,400. Save over $8,600 off Silverado Crew Cab LT. Now just $33,500. 20% off new Chevys. Right here, right now. At Days Chevrolet in Jasper.
Better days ahead. Days Chevrolet.
Find new roads.
Hey, I'm your host, BKP. Good morning from beautiful downtown Blue Ridge. You're watching FYN TV, FYNTV.com. We are here every Friday morning at Sycamore Crossing in downtown Blue Ridge from 8 to 10. Monday through Thursday, we're in our office. Good morning from the office from 8 to 10. Live show. And but let me just read this because this is special to me, and if we could be of any help, I got this message. Someone is asking for them to help, for you to help find a lost Christmas gift. Did anyone happen to pick up a large 2-inch, make sure my audio is on here. Yep. Did anyone happen to pick up a large 2-inch high gold cross pendant from a necklace with a snap ball attached to the top on the afternoon or evening of September 8th in downtown Blue Ridge? This was the first Christmas gift from this lady's husband of 20 years, who is now very ill and disabled. I am brokenhearted. I am offering a reward for the return of this cross, which is very special to me. If you found the cross, please call Carolyn Bunce at 706-636-2178. 706-636-2178. So if you need to hear that again or more information, just send me a message, 706-889-9700, or find us at Fetch Your News. But if we could be in any help of finding that Christmas gift, we'd appreciate it. I'm back here with Rick. We were talking about, I can't remember. It's only 4 minutes. My memory's not that good. And it's only been 4 minutes ago. May have been politics. Al Smith dinner. Cardinal Dolan.
He was in the hot seat, wasn't he?
Wasn't he?
Oh, man.
Oh, my God. What do you think? Let's reach into that before we get into the jokes.
You know, I thought a perfect intro for the Cardinal would have been to come out and say, "Oh, let's get ready to roll." I mean, that's what I felt like. I felt like we got two heavyweights here, no pun intended, getting ready to go at it in the ring.
You know,
where do you want to go with this?
When you can, you know, I like to horse around on the show. I do. I like to have fun Monday through Thursday. Well, even Friday. I have fun. I horse around, tell some jokes. But if you'll ever notice when you watch my shows, even the jokes that I'm going into, having fun with, not being serious about, is still pertaining to the subject of truth. The truth of the subject is, no matter if I'm horsing around, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Even though Donald is, you know, supposed to be landing jokes, they were true. They were true. I mean,
what was your favorite? Come on.
Favorite.
Have you have a favorite?
Yes, I have a favorite. Here's what I have a favorite.
Thought I'd never ask, huh?
No, I have a favorite, and I'm going to do this one because I love that guy's got nerve.
I hope you don't have the same favorite that I do.
He has nerve. And he says, you know, we don't get together. I'm campaigning over here. She's campaigning over here or sleeping in, whatever. And I don't get to see her staff. She doesn't get to see my staff. It's only at times like this do we ever come together. And she got to meet several of my staff, campaign managers, so forth out back. I had an opportunity to meet many of Hillary's staff tonight, and they happen to be right out there in the audience. ABC, NBC, CBS. Favorite line. Nailed it. I mean, favorite, but that was one of my top because that was so true.
Do you think the line that I'm going to tell you is my favorite? You think it was missed by some folks? Now I'm going to tell you, I'm going to set the line up.
Sit back on this.
Yeah, sit back and relax.
I'm Cardinal Dolan. Sit back. My nerves are shot. What?
Wipe the sweat off your hat.
He kept going.
Oh, man, he kept going.
Get that dinner nap.
Yeah.
You know?
Who was the other guy sitting next to him? What was that guy's name? I mean, he kept going.
Al Smith's grandson?
I don't know, but he got all puffed up all of a sudden. He kept, you know, it looked like a blowfish.
Shot his nerves. Go ahead.
Anyway, when he said, you know, we came on the stage and we're backstage and we're getting ready to come out, and, you know, I turned one way and all of a sudden I kind of bumped into Hillary, and all she said to me was, "Pardon me."
Pardon me.
You think that went over some heads? I mean, she's already thinking jail time. She's looking for a pardon.
Well, there's other ones. I mean, there's other ones out there that he didn't think she would be there last night, and because he understood all the invitations were sent by email, and maybe she would have accidentally deleted it, but he was sure that WikiLeaks would send her a copy.
Did you like the Melania speech?
Yeah,
I thought that was.
But you know, the guy told the truth.
See, the Melania speech though is one that you would expect to hear at an Al Smith dinner.
Right.
There was some stuff you didn't expect to hear.
What didn't you expect?
Oh man, getting thrown off the Watergate committee because she's so crooked. Holy cow!
That was pretty good.
I mean, that was a reach.
It's true.
It is true, but I mean, I thought it was a little bit.
I don't think so. I think you go all in. I don't care. You have an audience. You have an audience.
Yeah, that's true.
Don't lose the opportunity for the audience. You know, if you get booed, Donald knows who's in the room. See, Donald says some things when you say people don't pick up. Donald says some things that people don't pick up sometimes. When he said, "I enjoy this dinner. I remember coming with my father."
Right.
Donald's from there.
Yeah.
Donald knew who was in that room.
Right.
Hillary did too, but Donald knew who was in that room. Okay. And he's from there, and he let them know that, hey, you know what? You can boo me. Boo me. I remember when I was a kid, my dad brought me to this dinner. I know where I'm at. I know who you are. You're a bunch of elitists. I mean, you know, I know that. So he knew when he read those that he's got these, you know, he's got these stuffed shirts sitting back there. I said earlier on the show, you know, they're not waiting. They're not leaving that dinner and going somewhere in Indiana today. You know, those people, they're not. Now, last night, here's what people do not pick up. That's why there's a need for me.
I feel the need.
You feel the
I feel the need.
That's why there's a need. Okay?
The need for BKP'd.
Why there's a need. I'm about to give you something you didn't pick up. Are you ready?
Sit down.
You ready?
I'm ready.
You ready? For
Hold it on.
Okay, here's what you didn't pick up last night. WikiLeaks hit a home run when we find out that Hillary's speeches reveal that she said there has to be a public and a private. There has to be a public me and a private me. And last night proved everything about that because Hillary Clinton went in there and was totally somebody she is not.
That's for sure.
Okay, and she knew where she was at. She did the public me. She did the public, I am not anti-Catholic. She did the public Hillary Clinton. That's what you need to pick up is last night, Hillary Clinton validated the speech when she said there needs to be a private and a public. And that's where even Trump threw in Abe Lincoln, okay? Okay, she proved that last night. Because let me tell you something, folks. Chucky Schumer, okay?
Little Chucky.
Bloomberg sitting down there, decaffeinated Bloomberg because he won't do, he's decaf Bloomberg because you can't have caffeine, sugar, salt, nothing like that. So the decaf Bloomberg sitting down there, okay? Little Chucky Schumer, okay? You know, de Blasio, and then you've got, the list goes on, and you got the Mayor Cuomo, Governor Cuomo up there. Every one of these are partial Catholic accepting people. They're not practicing Catholics. Period. They're not. That room. I mean, you have Cardinal Dolan, right?
Dolan.
These are some good people.
Yeah.
But he knows in that room who's there. He knows Chucky Schumer. He's got a problem with Chucky Schumer and Chucky Schumer's support of Planned Parenthood. I mean, they know that, right?
You know, it was really telling. Giuliani's reaction. Giuliani. I mean, that guy was not a happy camper.
Hey, if you can't indict him, join him.
He's not joining them.
He's like, you know what? You'll see. You'll see. Wait till I depose you.
I'll tell you, you know, switching to the other side now, Hillary came up with a few good lines. I don't know who wrote them, but she obviously didn't. I thought the line that she came up with about the teleprompter was pretty good. He's a little bit slow on the teleprompter because he's got to translate everything from Russian. I mean, I thought that was pretty funny.
Well,
or the horses.
Yeah, I guess it is, but I like real, and I guess I have no gray area when it comes to that, and everything about her is phony. Every time Donald Trump comes to the podium or the microphone somewhere, he walks around and thinks, you know what? That's what the guy thinks. That's who the guy is. That's who he thinks.
Yeah.
That's what he is. If Donald Trump was in a group, if this whole area was packed with people that are pro-life, and he's not, he wouldn't drive down the road and say, well, my audience is X. I don't think so. I think he'd say this and you'd boo and he'd get in his car and leave. Hillary is a liar. Donald Trump, she's a liar. She's not, she's anti-Catholic. WikiLeaks. This lady's anti-Catholic.
Did you see the WikiLeaks that came out yesterday about the Moroccan king?
Yes, 12 million.
12 million bucks.
12 million bucks.
And she guaranteed him a seat at that conference.
Yes, 12 million bucks. They're crooks. Trump looked, and all they could do is talk the other night about how the pillars of democracy. He has shaken the core of our foundation. I mean, you have to say it like that. If you say it any other way, it doesn't have the. And then that's Brzezinska in the morning. What's her name? Can you pronounce it? I can't.
Babushka.
All right. So I should do that as you talk. I should just go.
Oh. Gets a respirator.
Yes. Yeah. I mean, she's out. She's out.
Down for
Bring
the count.
in the paddles because I'm appalled.
Clear.
So Donald Trump has shaken. All right. I'm going to take a break because I want to come back and I want to go in a direction. Folks, Barack Obama is president. Now, although you don't want to remember that on some days, we must remind you, Donald Trump has never cast a vote. Every single thing you see today, the foundation of the democracy, the whole foundation has been shaken. There's a guy that had the job for 8 years. I'm your host, BKP. You're watching FYNTV.com, and we are at Sycamore Crossing in beautiful downtown Blue Ridge. Take a break. Now, don't forget, don't go yet. The star of the show, always on Friday, our pet of the week. We'll come back and we'll do a little Al Smith roasting. Go ahead there, Cole.
Pizza Hut makes great pizza, but they can't tell you what a gift it is. I can. They took a grilled cheese and combined it with stuffed crust pizza. To think, I almost wasn't here to try it.
How did
It's
you?
not important, Jan. What's important is that I watched the sunrise this morning. Then I got to stand in a room filled with this pizza. And later I'll stare at the ocean. Or maybe I'll learn Russian. Or listen to jazz. Or try my hand at needlework. Or open a door for a beautiful woman. Or read a human interest story or make dessert wine. Or ride a wild horse. Or experiment with watercolors. Eat every slice like it's your last. Especially you, Doug. Especially Doug, right? You care about Doug. The grilled cheese stuffed crust pizza. Proof that no one outpieces the Hut.
Pizza Hut makes the best pizza in the entire universe, but they won't tell you that. I've been marooned on this planet for a while now. You are an impressive race. Your children know excellent hiding places. Your oceans aren't filled with lava. And you figured out how to combine a grilled cheese sandwich with a Pizza Hut pizza. Surely interstellar travel will soon follow. And then I can finally get back home. Round. Round like home. The grilled cheese stuffed crust pizza. Proof that no one outpizzas the Hut.
I'm Sheriff Dane Kirby, and I'll stand up for you.
I'm Stacy Nicholson, Sheriff of Gilmer County, and I will stand up for you.
Stand up and speak out. No matter how rich, cool, talented you believe yourself to be, how you treat people ultimately tells all. I am Allison Sosby, District Attorney, and I'll stand up for you.
Better days ahead.
This is the big one, the 20% off MSRP model year end clearance at Days Chevrolet in Jasper, with huge savings over $3,600 off the redesigned Malibu. Now just $20,400. Save over $8,600 off Silverado Crew Cab LT. Now just $33,500. 20% off new Chevys. Right here, right now, at Days Chevrolet in Jasper.
Better days ahead. Days Chevrolet.
Find new roads.
What, Cole? Oh, you mean, this is, what's funny?
Do we need to wake you this morning? Are you
No,
okay?
but you know what's funny is this is actually my job.
This is your day off yesterday. I thought
Yeah,
you were rested.
Thursdays is my, well, you got to tell everybody?
Well.
You do realize this is live. It's only your 8th appearance. You don't tell other people my days off. Who told you to give up my schedule? It's the Al Smith roast this morning. Here with my dear friend Rick is with us. I'm your host, BKP. Good morning from beautiful downtown Blue Ridge. Tupelo Tea, new blue home and gift, and the Broken Bowl. I got to go in there and look around. It's fall of the year. I may need something. Remax over here. We need to get in touch with Mr. Nicholson, our realtor over here. Remax and the vault over there. Go check out the fresh donuts. Now, Rick and I are downtown Blue Ridge, fyntv.com. All right, let's try to focus. Talking to myself. I seen that. They seen the reaction. They knew what you meant. Yeah, focus. Okay, let's try.
Okay.
Let's try to stay on subject. Now, Trump, this lead right here, so tense. Trump is up 2. We see polling that Trump is there. Okay, we see polling. So why, we know why Hillary's still campaigning. We know, because she knows it's not over. Now,
she knows they're neck and neck.
A couple things.
That's why Kane is out in Carolina.
That's right.
Saying, my God, we got to get the votes out.
Hillary has 19 days, and they're trying to figure out how Trump is going to do 3 events a day, and they're going to pull off 1. Now, let's go a different direction. I said before we left, let's not forget who is president of the United States for 8 years. When is the last time, we're not going to get stuck on this, but I'm going somewhere with this. When is the last time you've seen a liberal news media highlight our advances in a military, in Mosul? When they say we're pushing ISIS out. Why? I've never really seen the media highlight military activity in a positive way. But we're taking Mosul, okay, over there. So let's look at that. Who's President of the United States? Barack Obama. 200% in some cases. A list of states now that only have 1 exchange carrier. Obamacare is a disaster. It has its name on it. He's president of the United States. Go with that, Obamacare. I'm just going, boom, go, Obamacare.
Obamacare. Wasn't he, I think he was in Florida yesterday espousing the virtues of Obamacare. It was more of a mea culpa tour saying, hey, folks, it's not my fault. This is what happens. And I can't take credit for this line. A friend of mine sent me this. This is what happens.
Oh, I don't mean to interrupt you, but your health is a starter house.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's your health. Your health is a starter house.
Right.
Holy mackerel.
I mean, that line
I didn't mean to get you off. It just that one, right?
Yeah.
We knew we would have to maybe change the roofing shingles, do some tweaking, right? Am I wrong?
Let's buy it as a teardown.
Yeah.
I think it's more of a teardown than a starter house. Anyway, my friend sends me a message yesterday.
Handyman special. When you open the paper, you always know. If it says a handyman special, you're like, oh, I know the warnings. Sorry, keep going. Obamacare. That's what he said, folks, right? Is that what he said?
Yeah.
Okay.
This is the result of taking a community organizer who has absolutely no economic background to put a plan together or implement a plan like this. He didn't put it together. But he was in charge of implementing the plan, and he comes out and he takes 20% of our economy and screws the whole thing up. I mean, it is a disaster. And he, now you can question what the motivation was to put it in to begin with. A lot of people will say, well, it was designed to fail so they could get single payer. Maybe that's the case. But right now, there are some people that are struggling because they cannot afford this debacle. It's just become an albatross.
Well, he was laying the groundwork for a segment of the population that may need the single payer. So we may need to start with the lowest bracket and bring that in to help that.
Didn't we already have Medicaid though?
Listen, he is president of the United States. Espionage. Let's change the subject.
Okay.
I feel like John McLaughlin. Go.
Yeah.
Espionage. It is real. Now we are finding out that crooked people are doing crooked things and exposing crooks. It's kind of weird. It's like you never realize. It's like you got these crooks over here and these crooks over here. And so espionage is happening.
And the defense to that, when the crooks are exposed, is they continually say, these were stolen emails. How do you dare report these atrocities when they're
Okay.
stolen emails?
WikiLeaks, let's go with espionage and what they're telling you. Who's president? He's had 8 years. He's had 8 years to we knew, I mean, I don't have time this morning, but they think out there, they want to lead our viewers, your viewers out there, they want to lead everybody to believe that espionage started 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, right.
Google hacking by the Chinese, Russian, it'll go back for years, right?
Military and corporate wise.
Right. He's had 8 years. He's had 8 years to fix espionage. They've had 8 years with this healthcare debacle. They've had 8 years with an economy at 1%. This is who is president of the United States.
And we're going to get an extension of that mess if Hillary's elected. Yes? No?
Okay, yes, but biggest lie, the fact finders out there, the biggest lie of that debate, what was it?
Oh boy. The biggest lie of that debate. God, there's so many. Tell me where you're going. Give me a hint.
This one knocked me, and I had to go back and look at the tape.
Oh.
It was like a referee's call, you know, that I had to go back and look at 3 times.
Yeah,
okay,
I got one
It was
for you.
like the toe. You know the guy. Here's what I had to do. Picture this. You know the guy that runs over to the viewer and throws the mask over his head, and the audience is wondering when's he going to come out and make the decision on this thing.
He's getting worked up over here. The pillow just went flying.
Right, that is exactly. I'm going to even build it further. And you know the guy, and they keep zeroing in, and was the toe on the line? She said 1 penny. She wasn't going to raise. Was it
Right.
deficit or debt? Deficit. 1 penny. 1 penny. That's the biggest lie. You cannot do free college. You cannot do free health care. Now, how can you lie to the American people and say that you will not increase the deficit 1 penny? You go look at the tape, folks. The quote is 1 penny.
Yeah.
And then have quotes where you have said that Obama didn't go far enough. Remember with the stimulus?
Sure. Yeah. I got mine.
What say you, Rick?
I got mine.
Go ahead.
When she did her masterful pivot, talking about the foundation,
Yes.
and she talks about this entire foundation like it was just this glorious, where they do nothing but help HIV victims, and they do nothing
Oh
but
yeah, they
going
did
into
cure AIDS.
Haiti.
I mean, yeah, Rick.
Oh, jeez.
I mean, they come on.
I'm
man.
telling you. And
They cured
then,
AIDS.
and then she says, she has the audacity to say that 90+% of the money that's in this foundation is going to these poor people.
That was a lie.
It was
oh,
totally
by the way,
inverse. It's
by the
totally
way,
inverse.
Trump said it takes a village, and we know how many you took at Haiti. Come on, I love. And
That was in the Al Smith
Yeah,
list. He
yeah,
said,
we know how many you
It
took
took
at
a
80.
village to write his jokes, is what he said.
it
That was
takes a village.
brilliant.
And you know how many villages? Hey, and how about this? How about this? How about this? The other night, Hillary, the people in Haiti don't want you to come back. They don't want you. They hate the Clintons. I was in a Haitian
village down in South Florida.
They said no,
Yeah.
please don't come back.
No mas, no mas.
I mean, this guy's telling the truth. Oh my gosh.
That was really funny.
I guess I should not have boiled that down to a lie, but that one penny, because she told so many, but that
Excuse me.
one penny just knocked me out of the park.
Oh,
that
Jesus.
one penny knocked me out of the park, knowing what all she wants to spend and what all she has promised. And, code word, let me just say this. I watched a debate for all her code words. She said, we're going to go where the money is. She's going to go where the money is. And I have to tell you this. I understood her clearly because
They've been doing that for years.
Well, no, this is one of my dad's oldest things in business. He would always say, son, always go where the money is. If you go somewhere and there's no money, how can you cry you can't make a living? There was no money when you got there.
Low hanging fruit.
Right. So I understood immediately. She's going to go where the money is. She's going to raise taxes. She's going to take all the money she can. Now, what was something you found interesting in her night? Remember the $250,000 mark? Wasn't that deja vu? Didn't I hear that somewhere else? She's not going to raise taxes on anybody making $250,000 or less.
Or less.
Where have I ever heard that before?
Yeah, I think it was Obama.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Playbook.
There
Right
you
in
go.
the playbook.
Yeah.
You know what? I do want to meet the person that does her hair. They do a good job. I mean, she comes off the plane. She's coming off the stairway on the plane. The hair's flat. You can tell she's not using nothing. It's flat. She didn't condition that morning. It's just get down. And, you can just tell it's flat. And then she comes out and it's, woo, man.
Well, she did.
I mean, highlights, everything.
She was sporting.
Oh, yeah.
The latest from the Chairman Mao 2016 fall collection.
Yes, I know.
That was a nice.
Listen, I mean, she looks stunning. I mean,
I don't know where she parked the Good Humor truck, but
stunning. She is absolutely stunning. I mean, 5 days of rest. That's what 5 days of rest. She was rested up, a couple vitamin B shots. I mean, she was ready to go the other night.
ready to rock.
Let me say the WikiLeaks. Let's go with the WikiLeaks. Uma Abedin. We're reading. Uma Abedin. The 12 million from the Moroccan government.
The King of Morocco.
The king, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, the King of Morocco.
And they were very nervous. They were trading back and forth. Uma. I mean, I think Uma threw her under the bus with the emails that they were trading back and forth with Podesta worrying about. She's a month into the presidential run, and she's got to go sit. And she was the one that negotiated the 12 million from the King of Morocco. And the quid pro quo was she was going to sit at his conference. I don't think she ever did, however.
No. Chelsea and Bill
Bill
went.
and Chelsea went.
And they got upset.
They did get upset. They were not happy campers. They wanted a refund. Donald wants a refund too. That was another great line in that, not to keep changing horses. When he went after her with the foundation and asked, don't you think you need to give some of the money back that you've taken from some of these countries? You didn't like that one?
I'm okay. No. I'm okay with him discussing women's rights. I'm okay with her discussing all of that. I'm not going to tell her she can't discuss it, but I'm not okay with her being a hypocrite.
It's hypocritical.
So don't stand in our country and preach to us what we need to do for reproductive health care for women and all this and that. When you have taken money, don't go say you're going to appoint Supreme Court justices, okay, that will protect marriage equality and the LGBT community. Don't do that when you've taken money from a country that burns gays, throws them off the roof, cuts their head off. Don't come and tell. Okay, fine. If that's what you're going to do, then I know. But wait a minute. Give the money back. Don't go and tell me that you're going to protect women's rights when, I made a joke yesterday, say, a lot of these countries, like, you come out and the wife says, hey, give me the keys, I'm going to drive. What do you want to get us killed? Not because you can't drive, because they'll kill you because you can't drive, right? That was a good one, wasn't it?
That was.
What, you want to get us killed? There's countries they can't drive.
Yeah.
Give the money back, Hillary. I love that.
She was so rattled. I think that truly rattled her, that one.
I got to close up with something here. Let me ask you this, because I got to get ready for the star of the week, our pet of the week, which we have every week from the Humane Society of Blue Ridge. And that is our star, and it rounds out my week, okay? I'm going to get a little selfish here. A lot goes on throughout the week, and I just cannot wait for the doggie to show up. Sorry, Rena too. I'm gonna get in trouble, but she knows that already. She knows that. She knows that I can't wait for her to bring. But we thank them. Rick, WikiLeaks.
Yes,
now,
sir.
we have read so much, and there's been so much information dumped on WikiLeaks. But for you and I, we're seeing the actual backside of the conversations. But we're not shocked because we knew all along these things were taking place. It's confirming for us.
Right.
Is WikiLeaks not? I mean, we're hearing the conversation. Do you not read a lot of those things? I know this all along.
Yeah.
I didn't know the conversation.
Yeah, but it is interesting to see Podesta's daughter getting involved.
Exactly.
And going back and forth and saying, we shouldn't be doing this.
Right.
You know, it's interesting to see there's some backlash there. So, I mean, if they're internalizing it and saying, hey, we're walking on thin ice here. What the heck? It just goes back to the fact that Hillary's got a public life and a private life.
Yes, exactly. And last night she showed it because she is not.
Continually.
She does not support Catholics.
Nope.
Now, basically 2 weeks, just a couple days over 2 weeks before the election. We know for the next 2 weeks on a daily basis, the media will let us know it's over. But you and I know it's not. Do you feel that there's enough passion in the country to take this over the top?
I do. I keep, I've said it, I don't know how many times on this show. You and I have talked about it in private, but I keep coming back to the breakfast vote. There were so many people that I talked to that didn't want to publicly acknowledge that they were saying, well, I really don't know how I'm going to vote. I need to get out of this thing. That's exactly where we're at. And I'm encouraged to see all the media covering the massive lines at the polling places. Those aren't Clinton supporters.
Well, we
standing
know
in
that.
line,
We
getting
know
ready
that.
to pull the
They're-
lever for Hillary.
No, they're not. They're
You know
not.
that.
I keep hearing the base. I keep hearing the
Sorry,
base.
I was waving to one of my.
I keep hearing that Trump's rallies are playing well to the base, but then they leave it there. It's like there's an opening that they don't close that up. The base. My opinion is the base is the American people, and
The
that's who
base
is playing well.
is
The
a lot
American
bigger
people.
than they will.
Absolutely.
They will give you.
Absolutely.
They were let on.
It is
to.
playing to the base. I think he's doing well. I think he will be fine. We will have to stay strong. We will have to not be intimidated. And we will have to watch the polls the night before. And I think there's going to be some more shoes dropped. The good news for Donald Trump is now there's nothing. And I'm going to wrap up with this and give you the last word. But now there is nothing. There was the debate one that Hillary took some time off to. You got to remember, she didn't campaign in August. We didn't see her anywhere. Donald was out there 7 days a week, nonstop. He is working for this. He wants it. We had a local race here, and I won't bring it up, and I had said to people, and some people were kind of caught off guard that this candidate won. And they asked me, what do you think? And I said, this candidate went out and convinced people they wanted the job. They worked for it. Donald Trump, to me, is working for this. He is convincing people, I will do this job. Why would I not do this job? I'm working 7 days a week. I haven't taken a day off. I'm doing 3 a day. I'm preparing on the plane for debates, multitasking, all the above. Hillary took time off first debate, took time off second debate, took time off for third debate, took time off for her health, pneumonia. Nothing in the next 18 days is between there and the 8th. So when the media shows that he's doing 3 a day, because Michelle Obama's in Arizona making you think, wanting to lead the impression it's available.
You think she's going to run for office at some point?
I don't know. Let's not go there. We
I
don't
know.
have time.
Ooh.
All right. Barack's in Florida. Barack's in Pennsylvania. Now, when it's Donald and Hillary, because this is where it's at, for 19 days or whatever it is, and he's doing 3 events, and she can't pull off 3 a week for the next 2 weeks. She does 8, and they're 20 minutes. We'll see.
We'll see.
You think something else is going to break out between now and
Oh
then?
yeah, we've. I mean, Assange came out yesterday and said, you know, she's just waiting for to be able to drop another massive shoe. I sit with bated breath every day, waiting just to see, you know, God, what do we already know about that they can confirm? So,
I think the American people, folks, I told you, you cannot have the weekend off. You made a decision you want to take the hill. You can't go halfway up. You can't climb halfway up and go back. You made a decision you're going to take the hill, so you got to work all weekend long. Follow me on Facebook, FetcherNews.com. Follow us on Twitter at FetcherNews.com. And I'm going to be working all weekend, putting some stuff out there that we all got to come together and do, because we have to stop and drain the swamp. I'm your host, BKP. It's time to get the star of the show in here, our pet of the week from the Humane Society of Blue Ridge.
Go
Take us
Cubs.
a break. Huh?
Go Cubbies.
Go Cubs. I'll give him that. Go Cubs. I'm going to go with the Cubs. I may even wear a hat. Take us a break, Cole. Thank you, Rick.